EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Coming up, we've got an ultra-important divisional round matchup in the NFC, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the New Orleans Saints. Two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. Fighting his way through contact. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
When we spent our time talking to the coaches prior to the game, they emphasized that they wanted a quick start to begin things. Most of the time you think about that on the offensive side of the ball, but in this case, it's the special teams that provide that quick start.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here now, 2nd and 4. In motion comes the tight end left. 2nd down, here's Barkley again. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
A lot depended on the spot there, and he got it, but it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you whether you had the first down or not. You want that upfield foot to be the one that spots the ball, don't you?
And you and I have the luxury of a couple extra views here in the booth, and he did get it, but not by much.
Okay, here we go.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Second down and 8. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Throwing, Jones. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
That was a legit dream of his defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Motioning to the left is Robinson. Now Jones. Short throw into the hands of Jordan. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll go to Barkley again. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Two yards left on 2nd down from the 9. They'll run for the first time with Breece Hall. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
No.
That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Wilson. Oh, his first throw of his playoff matchup was intercepted. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Brian Brzee gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get, because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. It's Barkley on the counter. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Now a toss right to Barkley. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. So they went a little cautious there on 3rd and long.
Man, nothing wrong with that. Remember, they're playing with a lead right now. So getting a 1st down, yes, that would be great. But even more importantly, take care of the football. No turnovers, no big plays for the other team. And keep the clock moving.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt, certainly not. The Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit, in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And Wilson going to change things up here.
Wilson now to throw on 2nd down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney.
2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10.
He sets to fire deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
When you're backed up this deep, sometimes defenses sacrifice coverage for pass rush because they know you can only go so far on your pass drop. You've got the back of the end zone. So they came after him. He took the shot downfield. He didn't connect. But, boy, that was force against force.
Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Stay tough, boys. Stay tough.
2nd and 10. Now they'll change things up.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. To throw from his end zone. Jones. Under pressure and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points. At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll be taken down at the 34.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. To throw is Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on Divisional Round Weekend. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The Saints in the hurry up here, clock continuing to roll. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. On third down, Wilson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Eluding the pressure. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Zach Wilson taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Saints have taken the lead. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead now moves to 9-7. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22. This time they'll just keep this on the ground. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. And we get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will start with 20 seconds to go in the first half. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Jones on third down. That is caught. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now it's the first involvement on the ground for the backup running back. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say he'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. 55 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 49 yards. And the Saints are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes this a 9-point game. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Running on first down with Ware. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 8. To throw. Jones. And his throw is incomplete.
Just what they need a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. That's caught by Ware. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
Jones now on 1st and 10. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
No compass bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll look to throw again. And it'll be intercepted. And the Saints are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
Now, meanwhile, the final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Saints are going to get the football back at their own 17. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And now 1st downs are key. They want to keep that clock moving, up by 2 scores as they try to cement their place in the conference championship round in 1 week's time. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 134 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the 2nd half, you've got the lead, you're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
Now Wilson And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Now Wilson changing the play. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. That is the play they needed in a two-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. From the gun, they run with Ware. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
The offense on third down tonight, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Jones. This pass into the hands of Bellinger. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
Back to throw. Jones. Touchdown, Giants. Daniel Bellinger. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Big score. First step in their attempt to climb back into this game.
Yes, but still some work to do as they get within a score here. McPherson on for the point after. And it's good. It cuts it to 2. 16-14 our score. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead and the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 148 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues. Right back to him on first down. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And that's going to be another good run on first down. This one goes for 14 as he is eating him up here to begin the drive.
And that's a tired defense out on the field right now. They desperately need a stop to get the ball back to their offense, but they're having trouble getting that done. Another gut-wrenching run right there.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. And the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
From the 46, here's the 2nd and 9. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And here's a handoff out of the gun. He's to the 15. And he will finally be taken down at the Giants' 8. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run-pass option.
And they're right down here looking for 6. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Going for the knockout punch. He'll try and run. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Saints will add to their 4th quarter lead. They get 1 more as the extra points up and good. And it might seal the deal as that makes it a 2-score game here with not a lot of time remaining. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. This is 1st and 10. They start the drive with Ware. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll come up now on 2nd down. To throw is Jones. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Oh, do something! Just disgraceful.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Down to about the 32.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he'll go down at the 28. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. Oh, design run for their wideout. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the